long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
in a studio just like this,
Exactly like this, actually.
Exactly like this. Was it this studio?
there was a man
It was
here.
weird.
His name was Sean Radford.
Right.
He won 3 stories in a row.
Oh, that's right. I did.
yeah.
That's right. I did.
And his punishment for us, because
Uh-huh.
if you win 3 shotgun stories in a row,
Get to make anybody do anything you want.
we all opened
within
up
reason.
packages with Dr. Seuss books.
Hell yeah.
And we
Yeah.
had to write book reports.
Class is in session.
Ding.
Ding.
Now,
Ding.
it was given to 3 people, but there's 2 here. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
One was one's absent.
Yeah. You know.
Okay,
can't-
so-
She dropped out of class.
Mr. Radford, yeah, pass, fail. Radford, Mr. Radford,
Minus.
who
Yes.
would you like to read the report first?
Because it's my game and I can rock, paper, scissors for it.
Rock.
Trebuchet and
Trebuchet, shoot.
Rock.
Hold on.
No, I wanted the Rock. He beats
Rock,
everybody.
rock,
Paper, scissors.
shoot.
Scissors.
I win.
Scissors. You
So
win.
you can go first.
All right.
Okay, so I do a lot of
He gets to grade this, by the way.
Yes, I know.
I'm
So
listening.
I do a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
And I've been preparing for a couple of video things. So
Fun.
this might seem a little more adult, and I
Excuses!
stop. Hold on. I might have possibly given some money to a person to write this for me, but
AI.
I didn't say anything.
Chat
Cheater.
GPT.
Not it.
Cheater.
So here are the questions that were asked. I don't have
He
the paper.
cheated.
Stop.
Hey,
Stop.
hey.
I don't have the paper on me, but I do have some of the answers.
Okay.
Here. So I will read this. This book was definitely not a part of my life growing up. I was a sheltered child that was brought on the commercialism and greed of R.L. Stein. I mean Goosebumps and stuff. Yes, that's a good job.
Mr. Radford! Mr. Radford!
What?
Hold on.
He didn't tell us what book he read. I don't know
read-
what he's talking about.
He's just losing points as
I
it
did the Lorax, mind you.
Hold on, he did the Lorax. Okay. Mr. Radford, I went to wicked.com and
Okay. So this book seemed to be about environmental greed.
Right.
It seems to be that a lot of messages that if you chop down this tree's onceler, you'll be sorry. And while the onceler is all about money and development and growth, that's the last time I get a 30-year-old to write this for me, what he's doing is actually wrong. This book makes a lot of people think of how bad economic greed is and how the Lorax is representing what the environment really should be. My favorite character in this book is the Lorax, but not for the reasons you think.
Oh, God.
I think if this were the modern days, this plant would never have been made.
Right.
Why are you playing the horn music of that?
But not for the reason I think. That's what I was thinking.
I searched the Lorax on wiki.com.
I found the Lorax in a position that I didn't want to be in.
Yes.
I do like the fact that the Lorax seems to be the underboss of the forest to start off, willing to pay the proper amount, making sure security is provided for the right price. And I truly think that by any means necessary, this is the best way to go in Dr. Seuss's world. This book definitely shows in the second half of the long book that I read that this is exactly the message of the book. While climate change isn't really mentioned, it's definitely hinted at seemingly at the end of this marathon book. So yeah, you definitely get that feeling. This was a great 15 minutes of my last week of that week. So
Nice.
take it with what you
By the
want.
way, turnabout is fair play.
Very, very nice.
Careful.
Very nice.
Okay. Mr. Radford?
Yes.
I'd like to show that I put in the extra effort, and
Kiss
I drew
Kisses.
I drew Yertle the turtle.
I drew me a Yertle the turtle.
Actually, I got my daughter to do
Copied
that.
it.
but what the hell? Whoa!
Wow,
Unplug and put it back in again.
making glass noises.
There you go. No, it's the thing. It is. Okay.
Yertle the turtle.
Yertle the Turtle by Dr. Seuss. Ira's Punishment Book Report. While I do love Dr. Seuss stories, and I loved most of his works growing up. Okay, yeah, knock it off. Yeah.
What?
Yertle the Turtle is not one of my favorite stories from Dr. Seuss. I like most of his other books betterer. Like
Betterer?
Betterer.
Better.
Like the Places You Will Go is my favorite, which is the Lorax, but Pickles took it from me and wouldn't let me do it.
Right.
That's right.
So-
I stole it from you, and it's
I'm
mine.
reading.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yertle the Turtle is the story about a turtle named Yertle.
Drink.
See, got that right
Uh-huh.
there. He is the king of the pond at the island named Salamasand. He thinks he has Riz, but it's all cap.
Riz?
He has Riz, and it's all cap.
When you're dead, I don't know if you know what Riz would be, little boy.
He thinks he has Riz.
I'm amazed that with all the Seuss words, he's using these dumb words. But anyway, you know.
Everything at Salamasan is bussin', and all the turtles was happy. But King Yertle got power mad, yo. He wants to look down on everybody, so he thinks he can look down on more things. He's more powerful. He has Major Delulu. So Yertle decides to have the turtles stack one on top of each other, and then King Yertle then stands on top of the turtle stack.
Delulu?
Mr. Radford, he's interrupting me.
Listen, you gotta deal with your own battles here. You know, just power through.
Delulu.
After school.
You
Flagpole, 4 o'clock.
Me and you by the slide
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on.
Whoever wins that fight gets an A on the book report.
Well, you're going to love this one.
right.
He's totally skibbity to see more things that he thinks rules.
All right.
It's so Ohio.
Give him an F.
But later, the turtle named Mac, who's on the bottom of the stack, thinks the king is acting so sus. He asks King Yertle how long must he stand there, because his back hurts. No cap. King Yertle then gets mad at Mac. He wants to totally flex. He yells at the pond that all you beta turtles should join the stack and make even a bigger throne for me. King Yertle climbs on top of the bigger stack, looks down on everything. He thinks he's Sigma, but again, it's all cap.
Is this in English?
Yes. Mac then tells the king to please stop. They're hungry and tired and in pain. But King Yertle is very, very mean to the turtles below him. He says he's more important to them and they should just shut up. Mac then totally burps, which makes the turtle stack all fall down and the king falls into the mud. All the turtles then leave to be free, as all turtles should definitely be. Hashtag squad goals.
Right. As they individually flip off the king and go, "You muddy son of a bitch."
I
All
did.
right.
I did not follow the leading.
I'm not finished.
You're not done, which is fantastic because I didn't understand half the shit you just said. So continue. Make up some more words. Maybe it'll put a couple extra points on this terrible grade.
My favorite character was
No
Mac.
cap. Whatever the hell that means.
No, why?
All right.
My favorite character was
I ain't
Mac.
bullshit.
Facts.
Right.
My favorite character was Mac, who was on the bottom of the stack. Hashtag he is him.
Max stack.
You know there's only a 2 hashtag limit in your book report, by the way. So you're.
I only have one more.
You're done.
King Yertle was mean to him just because he was brave enough to stand up to the king. Bet. But Mac was the onlyest turtle, to stand up to the king. He was the GOAT because he was concerned about the well-being of the turtle fam. Okay. The underlying themes of Yertle the Turtle involve power, oppression, and the quiet equity of emerging prominently. Yertle, the self-proclaimed king of the pond, epitomizes the tyrannical ruler whose insatiable desire for dominance leads to the exploitation of his fellow turtles. This hierarchy structure reflects broader societal dynamics where those in power prioritize their ambitions over the well-being of their subjects. What?
Yeah.
Did you pay the same guy I paid for that 5th question?
If you mean ChatGPT. Yeah. The conclusion marked the rebellion of the seemingly insignificant turtle Mac uncovers the potential of the marginalized to challenge authority. Mac's statements illustrate the importance of solidarity and resistance against oppressive regimes. Ultimately, the story critiques the dangers of unchecked ambition. Yes, got it to work. And wrong sound effect, though. For a more equitable distribution of power, resonating with timeless themes of social justice and the inherent worth of every individual. The story shows true leadership comes from caring for everyone. Ultimately, this is a fun and meaningful story that reminds us to treat others well and that everyone's voice matters. Hashtag facts.
Right.
In conclusion, I must admit that it was a bit of fun to go back and reread something that I read as a child and that I read to my child. Thank you, Mr. Radford.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I found out that turtles actually do stack themselves on top of each other in order to keep warm.
Well, all right. Cool.
The end.
Sweet. All right. So let's see.
I got enough.
Based on your details, I give you an A for the details of your book report. For the excessive amount of words.
They're not words.
They're not words. They're not words. You may think they're words, but 10 years from now you'll be like,
him.
I can't believe I used those words. All right, so I'm giving you a D. No, I'll give you a C for those words.
Wait.
Words.
Do I get a grade
Shut
for
up,
creativity?
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
I'm not done yet.
Okay.
So we'll take the A, we'll take the C, and a little bit of creativity, even though I know you didn't draw that. You definitely did not
No,
draw
Maya
that.
did.
B minus.
Yay!
B minus. Pickles.
Grading on a curve, he gets an F.
Pickles. Now, sounds like you were kind of just pushing for words there. Like, we didn't put a word, a topper on
Should've
it. We
used
weren't
bussin'.
like 700 words. You were like, this book was very, very, very
I will
Lorax.
take a Z before I can use bussin'.
So I will give you I'll give you a B for the effort. You definitely put the work in. You didn't use as many fake made-up words, as the other students. So that's that.
I'm an
too.
alpha.
So
Beta.
All right, now you're at a C. Okay. There it is.
C plus?
C plus. C
Okay.
plus. B minus. Keep your B minus. B
C's
minus.
get
All right,
degrees.
So,
Okay.
being as you didn't force so much lingo into your book report, B.
Thank you, sir.
So you get a B.
Appreciate it.
You get a B minus for your fake ass words, and yeah, totally.
Oh, wow.
I can't wait to think of what I can do to you on the next punishment.